You think your world is safe. It is an illusion. Enjoy these final moments of peace.
4 ans après Star Trek et ses 380 millions de dollars au box-office mondial, l'équipage de l'Enterprise est de retour sur le pont avec Into Darkness, mené une nouvelle fois par le petit génie du petit et du grand écran, J.J. Abrams.
I was quite overwhelmed. I found it to be quite surreal because walking onto that bridge, it's exactly the same bridge, exactly the same cast members, the same extras, same crew even. And that is actually quite unique. When you get the opportunity not only to come and make a film again, but JJ assembled the exact same people together, and it was very surreal. I really literally felt like I was in a time warp, and going through for the first couple of takes, it was kind of bizarre, and then we just immediately slipped into the same old jokes and the same old routines and patterns, and kind of just picked up where we left off.
That, I think, is the greatest gift of the writing, apart from even the story. I find it to be like this very complicated math word problem to get all these characters to have these arcs that kind of coalesce and do the same, and go to the same endpoint. And I think it's unbelievable. And you could be argued that Sulu's a guy that got forgotten in some of the original series, and I feel like he was taken care of, and so I'm particularly thankful.
I was surprised by how overwhelming it was. It's always even though it is a set and it's a make-believe spaceship, there's a certain power to the chair, and that's definitely what Kirk's experiences in the second film. If the first one was about him getting the chair, this is really about him earning it and learning what it means to be a leader.
He's a character who's built his entire perspective on the idea of the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and he has to constantly reinforce his ability to practice that, and I think that's a fascinating thing, it's certainly a fascinating aspect of the character.
Qui dit nouvel épisode dit nouveaux acteurs, et notamment le désormais incontournable Benedict Cumberbatch et la belle Alice Eve.
I play Dr. Carol Marcus, who is not new to the Star Trek universe, but she's new to JJ's reboot, and she's pretty badass. I'm pretty happy about playing her, to be honest. She knows way more than I do about most things. And she runs really fast. And she works in the med bay, she works with bones. And she, gets to boss Kirk around a little bit.
He plays an amazing and complex character, John Harrison, that will be a jack of many trades. So I and Benedict couldn't have been better cast to play this role. And you are fooled by his English accent and his really quirky and kind character. And then once you see him working and the camera's rolling, you're sort of like, he's absolutely stellar in this character.
His intentions are very noble. That's the confusing aspect of him. There is a sort of sublime heart and soul to the man. There's a really strong reason behind what he does, which will hopefully elicit confusingly people's sympathies halfway through the film also, and then sort of discover more about him and who he is. It was a huge lure, one of the many that JJ sort of touched upon when he was pitching the film to me, that maybe going, this is more than a cookie cutter two-dimensional bad guy. So it's intriguing because obviously it's a very well-trodden path to Hollywood for a Brit to play a bad guy. And it's been going on for a long time, so there's nothing new. But that was important to me. It really was important to me because, of course, this is a huge film and a big part in it. So professionally, it's a big sort of leg up, if you will.
Un nouvel opus réussi, fun et spectaculaire qui devrait logiquement en appeler d'autres. La franchise Star Trek est bel et bien en vie.
You don't want to jinx it, but I remember when we were doing the first movie, we wanted the movie to do well, just so we can get to come back, because we enjoyed shooting it and we just had a feeling that it was going to be a very special movie. And then when we saw it and it was well received and we were accepted by also not only the Trek world, but also new fans to come became fans. We wanted to come back, and then when we got to come back, it's like, no, we was like, oh, we want it more. Can we come back for a third and a fourth and a fifth? So it all depends on how successful this movie is, which I certainly hope so. That way we can come back again.
I am better.
At what?
Everything.